So keeping your CPU cool is probably the most important part when it comes to having your computer. How do you do that, you might ask? Well, by implementing and installing one of these awesome heat sinks that have been provided by Be Quiet. Starting off with the Purewing 2, this particular model has a footprint that's relatively small in comparison to these other two units. It supports up to 150 watt TDP and has a black outside shell. Now, what does TDP actually mean? Well, TDP means thermal design power or thermal design point. And basically any chip or any component has a TDP, which is basically the amount of heat that is generated when it's running at maximum performance. But as you see, the footprint of this actual heatsink is quite a bit smaller compared to these other two units here. It has actually got this awesome black finish and comes with a whole bunch of goodies inside of the box. This is the Purewing 120mm fan, which if you know anything about Be Quiet fans, they are extremely quiet. All of the mounting hardware that comes with it, as well as extra clips for the fan in order to put the fan onto the actual Be Quiet heatsink here. And it comes with an extra set of clips in case you wanted to add in another fan to the other side. So you would have a push-pull configuration. The Purewing 2 handles up to 150 TDP. The next heatsink that's up on the docket is the Shadowrock 3, which is, again, a little bit beefier of a heatsink. But again, the same incredible cooling properties from Be Quiet still exist. But on top of that, you also get this handy-dandy screwdriver. And the screwdriver is actually used to bolt the heatsink onto the bracket here. As you can see, there's a hole here, and if you were trying to actually tighten this screw that's down underneath here, you'd have a heck of a time trying to get a screwdriver in there. So Be Quiet is nice enough to actually include a screwdriver that, as you can see, goes all the way through. But this is also included, as well as all of the hardware, the brackets, the manual, thermal paste, and all of that good stuff inside of the box. The last but not least, the Darkrock Pro 4. Now this is a massive heatsink. As you can see, it's almost two of the Purewing 2s jammed together into this one massive guy. This particular model supports up to 250 watts TDP, which again is quite a bit when it comes to just an air cooler. How do you pick between the three? Well, again, it comes down to your TDP, how hot is your chip going to run, how big of an area do you have to work with inside of, a case. You might not want to necessarily put this big honker inside of this smaller version of a case. What's going to work for you? All in all, these three different models are available from Be Quiet, from Amazon, from Newegg, from their many distributors, and would be a wonderful product to implement into your custom build. Maybe you're not so happy with the temperatures that you're getting with your air cooler and you'd like a little bit more. Well, Be Quiet has a solution for you. These are the Pure Loop Aios, and AIO stands for All-in-One Water Cooling System. This particular model is a 120mm, this is a 240, and the one on the bottom is a 360. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically, when we're talking about radiators and cooling, we're talking about fan size. So 120 means 120mm fan size. 240 means two 120mm fans. 360, you guessed it, three 120mm fans. Now, how do you choose between the three of these different options? Well, it kind of comes down to two different things. How hot is the component that you're trying to cool getting, and how much do you want to cool it? And second of all, how much space do you actually have to work with? You'll see that it comes with a little bit of extra coolant, one Purewing 120mm fan, mounting hardware and all of the installation goodies that you'll need, and then the actual water cooling unit itself. And if you shake it, there's actually water already inside of it. So this unit is pretty much already set up and good to go. So what you'll do is you'll mount this radiator inside of your computer using the mounting hardware that comes with it. There's a set of 8 different screws. Along with that, you'll have your 2 different flavors of mounting material, whether it be AMD or Intel. You'll use the stock AMD bracket in order to mount this, and you'll use this back plate in the Intel hardware that is included in here to mount it to your Intel version. Be sure when you're installing this to remove the plastic warning and protecting part before you install this, otherwise you're going to overheat. You have one 3-pin connection, which is going to power the pump inside of the unit itself. This needs to be connected in any way, shape, or form. It has to be connected. Otherwise, you're going to overheat. The second one here is actually for the LED light that goes around the Be Quiet logo here. There's actually a frosted piece of plastic that goes all the way around it and is going to be illuminated by this 3-pin header. Everything is inside the manual here. It will give you a good bit of instruction to show you how to actually put this into your PC and to get it to work. Make sure you check the sizing and the spacing inside of your case. Most of the manufacturers will actually give you a diagram to show you what size radiators will fit and how many fans will actually fit too. These 3 different coolers that we have here, the Pure Loop Aios from Be Quiet, would be a wonderful addition to any water cooling build or any custom computer that you're putting together for yourself. Again, lower temperatures mean better performance, means better longevity of the chip, and also means lower temperatures.